No, of course not. No, I learned from Dwayne Casey. There's no promises of any day offs, no.
What do you make of this 3-0 start? How do you digest that, knowing that a lot of what your success is measured on is player development, but at the same time, these guys are winning games?
Yeah, they've played really well. They played really well. Besides the first quarter today, for the most part, we've played really well. And it's hard to digest because I'm already thinking about the next game. But obviously, I'm really pleased with how they've played defensively, pleased with how they bounced back today after a bad first quarter. We came out with no energy for whatever reason. But you know, we got to get ready to play the next one. We can't really celebrate the 3-0 start.
How impressed are you with their ability to be resilient? Because in the last two games, despite coming out and having leads, we saw the momentum shift at points in both games, and yet those guys who aren't familiar with each other were able to rally each other and still execute the stuff.
Yeah, I think that is really a key of the chemistry that this group has formed in a short amount of time, which is a testament to the guys that they brought in, because that's hard to do. Usually, if you're not tight together and you don't have that chemistry, like you said, when you take some of those punches, you don't have the resiliency to come back and fight together, and they've shown the ability to do that, which is really impressive, and it's a credit to them as individuals and good people, basically.
When this team was down 17-4, it was stops that got them back in the game. For a coaching staff that has been preaching defense first, is it rewarding to see them get to experience coming back through that?
Yes, it's very rewarding. Yeah, we not only as an organization, everything we've done this summer has been with a defensive focus, and I think that pays off when you really take a stand like that and every decision you make is in line with that type of focus. I think that is able to trickle down to the very bottom, and I think that's really important.
I know that we've asked you about him after the first two games, but again, Norman, what do you think about what he's doing out there?
Well, I think that he's playing so well that I'm not going to be able to coach him in the D-League, which is disheartening for myself, but it's exciting for Dwayne Casey. So I'm happy for him. He's playing really well. Obviously, it's a different level in the NBA, but with his physicality and toughness, I think, you know, he's shown an ability that some things that'll translate even with a big team. So happy for him. He's doing really well.
DeLon's been such a big part of this team. Were you kind of interested to see how they'd react without him?
I was worried because he's been so good and under control and kind of have settled us down when things were rocky. But that's, you know, besides the first quarter, Gary, Phil Green, Phil Scrub all did a really nice job of kind of and they were pressuring and they were physical and we weren't getting any of those calls, and that's hard to do, and I thought our guys weathered the storm.
After the second game, we talked to Lucas, and he was pretty passionate, saying he wanted to prove to people like what he could do and what kind of player he was. He had a really strong effort on both ends of the floor tonight. What can you say about what you saw from him this evening?
Yeah, you know, Lucas did a nice job tonight, you know, and that's growth for him. That's maturity. This is a back-to-back. You know, he's a little bit banged up, and he fought through, he had a good game, and that's just, you know, that's why we do this. That's why Summer League is here, to get that kind of growth, and that's showing a little bit consistency out of him, and that's great.
We talked about DeLon not being here. How impressive was young Mr. Talton tonight? Key minutes, running the offense, running the set.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys, really, every guard that we played, if you just take out the first quarter, because we just didn't start with energy, really, really solid performances under duress.
Have you ever had anyone on the bench as loud as Stalin Baczynski is, cheering for his teammates?
I don't think since maybe I coached in high school or middle school have I had a guy that talkative and enthusiastic, and that is really valuable.
Wait, what is more impressive, the loudness or the stamina to do it throughout the entire game?
They're both extremely impressive and really rare, and that's a talent. That is really valuable, and his teammates should be thanking him and taking him out to dinner, because that helps, and they should be appreciative of a great teammate.
You're sitting at 3-0. I guess a fair question would be to ask, What's a success for this summer league for you guys? Is it championship? Like, no one dreams of winning it. Like the summer league championship is like their main goal, but is that something that now is on the map for this group?
Well, I think, a success for Summer League is growth of our guys, and I think we've seen that. So already I think it's been a success. We would love to win the championship. That would be amazing. And we're going to do everything we can to do that. But I think right now, I think the organization's got to feel pretty good about what they've seen.
Last question, sorry. How fun has this group been to work with?
Really fun. From top to bottom, all the way with Dallin cheering his teammates on. I mean, it's been a really fun group. They're playing together. They're, I think, the hardest playing team that I've seen here. And it's just a good group of guys.